steady aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like...
Hey, it's your girl, Madam Money, aka Trap, and welcome to the Sort in the Game official album review of Armani Ceaser's The Liz. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, I was super excited to, see Armani Ceaser be signed and be put out by Griselda. You feel me? I always thought that they needed that female influence over there. Just, little, fly trap queen-esque type situation going on over there for them, that it would be fitting. I know when she first got signed, a lot of y'all was very trepidatious about this. I was always advocating for her because I did believe in that, and I divulged myself into her past works before we ever heard her on some of these past projects that she's been on, including From King to a God, Conway, with her verse on there on Enza. We're gonna get into that a little bit later on here, and even on Westside Gunn's compilation album that he had put out, that I was expecting to see a lot from Armani Ceaser. Now, she had been putting out a couple freestyles. Those was hard. She dropped a single off of this with Benny, which I thought was hard. But, I can't even go really, into this album without saying this first and foremost. If you're going to be spitting boss bitch shit, if you're going to be spitting luxury shit, if you're going to be spitting go-getter bitch shit, nigga, you have to be animated. You have to have some animation to you. It is no such thing as a dry boss bitch. Not in hip-hop. You feel me? Griselda, they have this formula over there, and the formula works. But across this album, she's coming across to me like a less lyrical Boldy James. It's no excitement here. It's not giving me that boss bitch mentality for real. And there's nothing against her bars. I'm not gonna sit there and say that, because it is a lane for the shit that she's speaking about, but the sound around it is where the disconnect is coming in at. Now, I could tell that Armani Ceaser has a couple of influences when it comes down to her style. You feel me? She always speaks about Lil' Kim in her rhymes. You feel me? She's always making those type of references in her rhymes, and she has a couple of bars across this album that is something that Kim would say, that brash, violent type talk. That's something that Little Kim does come across and say. The way she says her words reminds me a lot of Foxy Brown, the way that she would take the time out and, accentuate her words and speak properly when it comes down to saying a couple of these things. Reminds me so much of Foxy Brown. And then she has this air about her that reminds me of a Nicki Minaj, where she gets into this baby ditzy type thing going on there, and it reminds me of Nicki Minaj. But when it came down to all three of those female artists that I named, they never was boring. They never bored you, not one bit. You can never say that Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, or Nicki Minaj had ever bored you. And again, when they stand up against the male counterparts in their team and stuff like that, they don't, they don't get pushed to the side. They're at the forefront, or they complement each other well. And that's something that I thought that, Armani Ceaser and Benny does do very well, but dog, let's just get into it. All right, now I appreciate this popping off sissy intro. I believe that's a Sissy Tyson reference. You feel me? Just good intro for a strong female artist. Let me just say that and be clear here. So that was dope. I enjoy listening to that. Separating the English from the Dutch in the street. You feel me? The hoes from the prostitutes. Let's get it. The second track on here is called Countdown. It is produced by J.R. Swift. Shout out to you, J.R. Hey, yo, it's a Redman sample on here from The Countdown. You feel me? Gilla House. So when's the next time you're going to be able to say Gilla House? You feel me? Make sure you get this shit right when you're doing this shit, all right? And I thought that was dope. It kind of made me excited. I said, oh, shit, we might get some surprises along the way when it comes to the album, just off of the sample work and the beat alone. I do want to add, just overall on this project, the production is good. The production is good, and this production on this album can stand up to any drop from any of her male counterparts over at Griselda. The tone of this album is such in that lane, But you feel me? It's just kind of dry to the girl. I'm sorry. Mac 10s for everybody. We see Westside Gun on there. All right, that was cool. That was cool. Like Westside Gun, he does his thing now too, where he's like totally laid back. And this might have been one of the tracks where they could have added some life into this boring ass fucking album with Westside Gun maybe amping himself up a little bit more on the hook. But that was fine. Then we got into the track For the Liz. That was produced by Camouflage Monk. That's dope in itself, but it's like these tracks where she is by herself, they are very redundant, and it's because of the sound. And I do want to add on here, like I don't even know if I might have mentioned, like the track listing on here, it like kind of threw me off a little bit, because there's some tracks on this joint, like the names of the tracks that this shit should have been lit for. All right, Gucci Casket, that's another J.R. Swift joint. Conway. When I seen that, I said, okay, they back at it again. They're going to give me those Enza vibes from, Conway's last project. I might see something a little bit more lit. That didn't particularly happen here. It just was the same mundane thing going over and over again. Now, when I seen this track on the track listening, all right, Drillorama. Now, I don't know if anybody knows the Drillorama. That's a Buffalo thing for real. That is like a dance competition up in Buffalo. The shit is lit, okay? Ask me how I know, because I fucking know, all right? And when I seen that, I was like, okay, it's her and Benny. I know that they gel well together. This shit is about to be that pop-off track that, you know what I mean? Give me that bounce. And no, again, just super, just in the element, which is like, that's why I don't want to really knock it too much, because it's in the element. But she seems to be much more exciting to, as a individual, as an artist, even listening back to her past work, than what is being portrayed here. And I don't really understand it. And it's not like, it's hard, because it'd be like, I want to say like she's holding back, but at this point, I don't think she's holding back. I think that this is the level that she's going to come across all the time, to be honest, because we always said this, like, about her, the couple tracks we heard, we waiting for her to pop off. We waiting for her to, like, kill that shit, murder that shit. And I'm waiting for it, and I listened to this whole album, and I didn't get that. The little places in here where the bars was all right at, the bars was okay, but they was just in places. She didn't never just, like, go off, like, yo, if you're a female in the game right now, especially with this aesthetic, this vibe, you have a lot of competition out there. So just because y'all put in underground beats behind this girl, if y'all, like, she has competition out there when it comes down to stuff like that. She's not in the lane. There's no Rhapsody, no Shay Noirs, or none of that, because the content is different. So that puts her in a different lane. The lane that it puts her in is the Meg Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, you feel me, City Girls, Sweeney. She has major competition when it comes down to this. And this really, like, just because y'all put this underground sound behind her, this is not going to be the way to pop her, to pop her off, all right? And that's just what it is. Simply Done, that was DJ Premier track on there. We all heard that was a single. That was dope. I really did feel all of that, because the beat is what's bringing all the intensity to that. Then there was a track on here called Yum Yum, all right? And, like, on some real shit, I wrote down, what the fuck is this? And I sat back and I listened to it, and I'm like, yo, this is her attempt for a trap track. This is the trap track on the album that's supposed to give you trap like vibe. So where did this come from? This is not even in the lane of what is actually going on this album here, but this is the trap track. You could have utilized this particular track here if you was going to do something like that, or try to step across a little bit into other things outside of this underground sound. This was the track right here. You were supposed to pop off, get all the bitches involved, make bitches want to stick their titties, do all of this shit. And that, like, yo, when you have a fly fucking bitch that's dry, and any nigga that will fucking tell you this on God's green earth, no matter how pretty the bitch is standing there, no matter how she sound, look, or whatever, if she's fucking boring, she is fucking boring. You're gonna do what you want with her and put her on the wayside. Now, some of y'all like boring. I don't. None of my bitches, none of my niggas. I ain't beat. But like with this right here, I was really, really shocked because the imagery that I was coming across with all of her, you know, it's like this gangster, luxurious trap queen type vibe. But like trap queens are live. Hello. You feel me? Real trap queen. Live. You would never see me coming across all dry or anything like this. And I'm like, for them to have been able to like select the artists that they deal with for so long and didn't understand how to shape this artist into, you know, giving us a little bit more diversity and at least have her like go off on one of these tracks. It can't even be one of these tracks. It would have to be a couple of these tracks on this album for her to go off on. That shit just, it's not sitting right with me, dog. Like, and I don't want to be a hater when it comes down to this shit, but this shit just ain't fucking right. It's just not right. So, after that, we get into Palm Angels. That's an Anti-Monster produced track. That's a nice-ass beat. That's a nice-ass beat, and I didn't mind the storytelling on here, so here we go, you know. It's a little mix-up and stuff like that. I didn't mind the storytelling on this at all. It's actually dope to me that she did this storytelling type situation on there. So, okay, they you know, they know the rules. Like, you can't be a female rapper in the game without having a story telling track on there, because then you're not valid at all. It can't be party track after party track after party track after party track either. It has to have one of these storytelling elements on there. You feel me? We see that, you know, even when Shay Noir dropped, you see that she has storytelling elements on there. So that's one of these things that embodies you being a lyricist, male or female. And excuse me if I keep saying female rapper or whatever, but that's what the fuck it is. I could say 1,000 other things more derogatory than that. So y'all better just get in line when it comes down to that shit. This next track was another track where I was like, okay, here we go. Ginger Rothstein. Hey, yo, let me explain something to you. If you want to do a track and you call it Ginger Rothstein, you better come fucking correct or disrespectful as hell. Like Ginger Rothstein, she was not no fucking dry ass bitch. You understand? This is one of those tracks that said, oh shit, Ginger Rothstein. This is going to be the track that she pops off on. What in the what movie did you, what version of Casino did you see that Ginger Rothstein was some dry ass bitch? This shit just like really bothers me because like I see so much potential in this girl. I see her visibility could go through the roof. I see her, you know, having hits and stuff like that. And not saying that she has to like be this thing that's out there, but this right here is something has to change with their formula that they're using for it to come across the right way. This just wasn't it. Manny Moves freestyle, dope ass sample on there. You feel me? Dope shit to end it off. But it's like the most exciting things that you have on your albums, little cuts of, you know, the intro, the outro, when you incorporated the wrestling stuff in here, when you talking about, you know, smell my punani in the middle of this stuff, because all this other things that's going on in here, it's just too dry and boring. It is boring. It is boring. Like, yo, we don't have female artists in that lane that you're trying to be in be boring. That shit is not gonna happen, and you're not a strong enough lyricist to hang out with the people that we be like, you know, we don't want to see them be like that. We don't really necessarily need sex appeal. We don't necessarily need these things because we enjoy their beautiful minds. So if you're gonna be like visual, you gotta be a little bit more animated on here. Now, you know, I'm pretty sure, I hope they put her through the ringer over there at Griselda, just like they do everybody else over there, where she have to drop multiple projects. Or maybe she needs to get more comfortable with a lot of stuff. But dog, like, you're not gonna be sitting here up here being representing this fucking lifestyle and be some boring ass bitch. It's not happening. It's not happening. And just like that just is what it is. Like, it is what it is. So if you did like a track on here, make sure you hit the comments up below. If you find anything wrong with what I'm saying, make sure you tell me about it. Let me know. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way or whatever have you. But dog, you feel me? It's just not clicking. It's not clicking. This is not something that has like replay value, repeat value. That one single that they dropped over here with Benny, the Simply Done, that's about the furthest as this shit is gonna get pushed out there. You like, yo, I was kind of excited to see Liz Taylor with the third eye and shit like that. And on the low, my favorite cover out of all the like third eye fucking covers coming over there is Flea Lord's Rock America still. So I'm Madam Money. You can follow me on Twitter and IG at Madam Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS. You know what I mean? Like, dog, I want to come here with the fucking shit all flashy for y'all. I was like, let me put on Dr. Doom. You feel me? Come on, bring some drama into your life. You see? That's energy.
Talking about Kundalini, this the glower.
This is opulence.
Focused and competent, equipped to hold my own on any continent. More sauce than condiments. Incontinent, I'm pissing on conglomerates.
Dominant.